All right, everybody. Welcome to the One Mission Podcast, where it's just a question and ask type deal. I got Brittany Harris and James Harris here. We're going to go over a few things. I've decided to do bodybuilding competition, so these guys are going to help me get and fit and ready to go. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Well, I'm Brittany. I'm certified personal trainer, nutrition coach. I'm a mom of one, bikini competitor. What else? I own a small business as well. Coach for One Mission. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and I'm James Harris. Same thing, certified personal trainer. I do multiple things outside of this as well, and also a coach for One Mission Nutrition. And yeah, I mean, just ready to get goals accomplished and everything like that. So I'm a very goal-oriented person.
Nice. So you guys have a competition coming up in 3 weeks now?
Less than
Less
3
than 3
weeks.
weeks. So it's 2 weeks and 3 days to be exact. Mm-hmm. So it will be in Oklahoma City. If you guys don't know where that is, obviously it's in Oklahoma, but it's Oklahoma City. It is called the.
I don't know what they're calling.
I don't know. I forgot what the show is actually called, but it's the OCB Confederation or Federation, whatever you call it. Okay. But yeah, it's a natural bodybuilding show, and we will do that in Oklahoma City.
August 3rd.
Yeah, August 3rd.
August 3rd. That'll be a blast. Getting close. You guys been watching your guys' Instagram and everything. You guys are getting down there in body fat.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely getting to that.
The last couple of weeks is where it happens. So.
Yeah. You nervous?
Yes and no.
Yeah, for me, it's not really nerve. It's more so like I'm working as hard as I can, so it's like I can live with the results. So it's just like, but obviously I want to win, and but this time around it's like if I can just go as hard as I can and then live with the results in a mental state, it'll be just better off.
Yeah. Well, you definitely got my support on this whole thing. I'm trying my best to help you guys out.
No, we appreciate it.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it.
Even just the support and the just nice messages and stuff just help a lot.
Yeah.
Because there's been days where it's like, maybe 3 hours, 4 hours of sleep, dealing with a toddler, and still haven't hit maybe 45 to an hour cardio sessions. So,
yeah, I struggle with cardio. That's my one thing I have to struggle with.
I told him after off season hits, when this show is done, it's gonna be hard for me to step on a piece of cardio.
You're just gonna do a quick bulk cycle then, huh?
Probably. I'll probably still try to do it, but it's gonna be hard. I'm not gonna want to.
Well, what does one of your guys' daily routines look like then?
It depends on the day exactly. So if I were to do like today, typically I'm up like while they're asleep, I'm usually up and I'm getting up around like 6, probably 5, 6. Then I'm usually hitting the gym. So that gives me time to actually hit the gym, be there as time as they're sleeping to where I can just get my stuff done. So when they come home, when I come home, then they're pretty much up. And so for me to do that, that gives me plenty of time to do that. And then when they're up, they're usually either, sitting or chilling, about to eat breakfast, something like that. And then when that time comes, after they do all that, then I'm usually watching her, the daughter, and then she's going to the gym. And so, if you want to elaborate more on that.
So that's just when he's off, though. His schedule when he actually works is a lot more. So so tomorrow, let's talk about how we do tomorrow. So he works a day shift tomorrow. Let me say this, that he works the swing shift. So 1 week is days, 1 week is nights, and then it rotates. So his schedule is never consistent. Yeah. And so in 12-hour shifts at that. So tomorrow he'll go in for a day shift. So he'll go 5 to 5. Or is that right? 5 to 5. And then he's going to go to the gym straight after work. Then about 7 o'clock, he should be home. And then I'll go to the gym. And then he'll probably have to put our daughter to bed. And then, it's really hard because we don't get a lot of time all together as a family, especially on his work days. But we make it work.
Yeah, we make it work. And when I say very goal-oriented person, that's truly what I am, because that's just a tidbit of it. I would say the actual breakdown of it is typically that's for 4 days. Yes, it's for 4 days. But typically my night doesn't really end till about 10 or 11.
Oh, wow.
So then I'm sleeping from 10 or 11 to I get up around like 3.
And then when he does night shifts, it's completely different.
It's completely different. So it's like I have to be on a schedule. So 10 or 11. So this is for anybody out there that's saying this can be done or it can't be possible. It just, you have to focus your brain around it. So
it sucks, but it's possible.
You've got some good time management skills there. You've got everything down.
It's so hard. Though.
It's you have to really adjust your schedule. So it's like some days you might get sleep, some days you might not get that much sleep. So from 10 or 11, I'm usually going to sleep, and then the breakdown when I wake up is usually around like 3:30. So I get up at 3:30. That usually gives me enough time to get there before 5 o'clock is when technically I have to be there. And so doing that, get there, get to work a 12-hour shift, get off, go to the gym, do probably another gym session for maybe an hour and a half, get off, go back here, watch my daughter as she goes to the gym. So then when she gets to the gym, she has to do her stuff. So I have to give her time for her stuff. And so from that standpoint, it's not really, I would say the best way I can explain it is it's a non-negotiable, because it's like being, and this kind of goes to marriage too. I don't know if we want to get on that subject or not, because I know it's kind of like, it's just, I'm breaking it down for the people out there, because it's kind of like, I can't just be selfish and say I'm taking my time and then she can't have hers.
But it's because we both have the same goal, though, so we understand. A lot of couples probably don't go through that. So
that's what I mean by that point. But that's typically how our days usually go. So it's just all over the
place.
Well, it may sound like a mess, but I don't think it's a mess. It sounds like
we're so used to it by now, but I know it's not the norm.
It's not very compatible.
Yeah,
it is very hard. But we just have the same goal and it's kind of the same dream, so it's easy to understand.
Yeah. Does your gym not offer childcare so you guys can possibly?
It's a very small gym.
Yeah, it's a small gym. It's like one of those local gyms. That's why they're very about their people that come to the gym. But as far as gym size, it's very small.
It's very small.
Oh, okay. Well, the only reason I asked is because my gym, it's actually a fairly small gym, but it sounds like it's a little bit bigger than your guys's, but it has childcare. They actually just got it to where the childcare is open all day now. They used to.
Nice.
That would be nice.
That would definitely be nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But within the next year, next year she'll be going to school and stuff, and then my mom's retiring within the next couple weeks, so that'd be nice.
So there's some different perks coming our way as a blessing.
Yeah. Gonna make a little bit easier for you guys to achieve these goals.
Yes. Yeah. It's hard, especially with my little side business. Thankfully, right now in the summer, it doesn't really get super busy, so I've kind of put it on the back burner a little bit. But when I'm in off season, I put a little bit more focus on it.
So your side business is selling candies, freeze-dried candies.
Freeze-dried candies and other goods sometimes, but mainly candy, yeah.
That's got to be tough.
It is.
Being around that all day, not being able to eat it right now.
It is, especially like during this point in time it is. But I think what I was thinking about it the other day, I was like, how do I do this? And I think it's because I was a bodybuilder first before I got into the candy business. So I already had those, that mindset or that I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I already had the mindset there and those habits, I guess. Yeah. So before the candy thing came along. And honestly, I feel like I kind of enjoy the candy just to watch other people enjoy it or something. Yes. So I enjoy making the stuff. So
don't get us wrong, though. We are foodies.
Oh, yeah, we are. Off-season, we play no games.
Yeah. Living close to Oklahoma City, I don't blame you. There's some really good food in that area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tulsa's pretty good, too. Yeah, where we're from.
Got some good stuff coming. So, yeah, you put a freaking cookie cake in front of me, you might not last for 2 days.
It doesn't last for 2 days. What do you mean?
Hey, I'm just putting it out there.
Are there any snacks or anything like that you absolutely have had to find substitutes for? Like if you have ice cream, do you find that
I would
sweet treat?
Yeah.
So we actually have a Ninja Creamy.
Yeah.
It's like an ice cream machine, and we use the One Mission protein powder and make protein ice cream with it, and it is delicious. Yeah, and delicious, honestly, I almost prefer it. And we'll add our mix-ins. We'll add like Oreos into it, and we just track it all. So
Okay.
that's like the best thing ever.
So you got a scale and everything. You make
Yep.
sure you get it all down
We
to
do. Every gram.
Yeah. When I first started my fitness journey back in September of losing, now I'm almost down 55 pounds.
Dang, that's
Nice.
good.
Yeah. But I've kind of plateaued. I kind of fluctuate. I hit 210 and then I'll jump back up to 215, then I'll go down to 210.
That's
So I got to
so
figure
normal.
that's normal.
Yeah.
And it seems like
Mhm.
I've been like that for a while.
Yeah. So, I would almost. Have you been like consistently dieting the whole time?
No, I
Okay.
haven't
Well,
been. I just been consistently trying to monitor what I eat.
gotcha. So, I mean, it could be two different things. It could be maybe you need a diet break, but if you're not dieting, then maybe you might just have to clean it up a little bit more. I mean, it could go either way. It's kind of hard to say. So
Yeah.
Probably
It's
gonna have to
always
clean.
different too, because I mean, we was actually just talking about this today, where usually I would sit around like 172, and then end of day I can be around like 176, 177. So it's like a whole 6 pounds heavier. But then in that morning I'll be even lighter.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
like it has to be based on. Sometimes it can be based on too if you're the amount of water you're drinking, because you can hold that. The amount of food you eat, you can hold that, and then maybe just all that hasn't digested yet. So then,
and there's gonna be a possibility of body recomposition if you did you start your complete fitness journey in September, like working out and everything, or
I before then I had a gym membership. I kind of went a little bit, but September I made a goal that I was gonna be by what was it March 220 pounds,
hmm,
and in April I was there. I was less than that. So
well, you might be actually recomping then. So, which is a good thing because you'd be like losing fat and then building muscle at the same time. So the scale's not going to move a whole lot, and if that's kind of what it sounds like, maybe.
well, I do see changes still. Like
Yep.
yeah,
I've been seeing abs starting to show up finally,
Okay.
but
Yeah, for sure. Sounds
the
like
only
body
thing I
composition.
just can't seem to lose these love handles though.
that's a
Those
hard
just want to
spot.
hang on.
That's the hard part.
That's a hard spot.
That's when like the real hard dieting comes into hand.
Yeah, so I got to hit the diet plan a little bit harder to do that.
That's all we're
Yeah,
here.
that's definitely a hard spot, because I'm the same way with love handles and stuff like that. And then the back fat is always a hard spot to lose too.
That's where I
Yeah.
carry all my weight. Is my lower abs and back.
Yeah, in the back, Gary.
Is there any special exercises you do to target that fat, or it doesn't
Diet.
work like that?
Yeah, it's
Just
just it's
diet.
more so diet. I mean, you can always like we wear sweat waist deals, but that's not really like to actually just give the perfect deal for someone to wear, but it just helps. It helps get the more water get out of your that area.
Yeah.
But it's not like a cure all be all.
Okay, well, that's good information. So, as I mentioned earlier, I'm kind of throwing my hat into my own trying to be the bodybuilding type stuff. We have a show in September 22nd in Reno, Nevada, which is right around 10 weeks or so from now. What would you recommend me doing to kind of start the process of getting into that, or at least just getting into the physique I need?
Are you looking to do men's physique, or which
Yeah.
division you were?
I have no idea which division I'm going to do just yet. I'm not sure just because I got so much hair, so I got to figure out.
Well, you're gonna have to shave it
Probably
all
the
off
ones
for
with
the
probably
tan,
the ones
so.
with the shorts, so I don't have to get rid of the hair on my legs completely.
Yeah. Well, anything really. I mean, regardless of what you do, the best thing is to probably at that point in time you're probably gonna have to shave it regardless.
Yeah, because the tan sticks better with no hair.
Well, you don't have to shave the beard. You can
No, you can do that.
But everything pretty much is gonna have to be tan. So if you
the beard might actually be going depending on what happens with another job that I might be taking up here in Nevada.
Yeah. So regardless, I know the body itself will have to get shaved. So that's like you had no choice, because that's gonna mess up your tan if it's not.
Okay.
And the reason that you get tan for anybody out there, the reason they get tan is because they have different stage lights. So the lights you see aren't the lights that are on stage, and that brings out the actual body the body texture, the way the tan sits on the body, to where they can actually get a good visual of how the muscle is looking. And so, like, that's why the tan is so crucial, and then how you get it on the actual, base coat, the top coat, the spray, all that comes into effect when you're actually on. So that can mess you up. And then at sometimes, if you're not all the way dieting, then you start to get on stage, they have you pose. You can start seeing people sweat it off because they're getting the excess water they had on them. So you can see it all pretty much.
How would you recommend him to start?
To start with 10 weeks, I would say basically, obviously, more so probably need a baseline where you're at first.
Right.
Because
scale weight.
Pictures, scale weight, calories, pretty much the general stuff. Because if you're eating this much and you're maintaining, going down, we should see something. But then it's like, I guess, how much water are you drinking? How many meals do you pertain to want to eat? Because I'm not like some people. They'll say 6 meals a day, 5 meals a day. Some people eat 4 or 5 meals, And so I think that I have my opinion on that, but I don't know how you think about that. I don't necessarily, you can still get the same progress, because I know a lot of people say, oh, you got to eat 6 meals a day. I don't personally believe in that.
Okay.
But you hear it all the time around the fitness industry that you got to eat 6 meals a day in order,
Well, it's probably because it's easier for your body to absorb the nutrients, I guess. Your body's still going to take what it needs. It doesn't matter whether if you eat it at the end of the day or 6 times of the day or all in the breakfast. Your body's going to take what it needs and store it or use it.
Yeah. And the only reason I say that too is because it's like, I think mentally it's not healthy. Yeah. And when I say mentally not healthy, because then you could get to, meal 5 and it was like, I'm just not hungry. And it's like 11 o'clock, but I'm still not eating, meal 6. So then it's kind of like you feel negative about yourself because you can't get that meal 6 in.
Okay.
And so that would cause stress to your body, which you don't need that either. So that's why I say it from that standpoint.
Okay. All right. Is there any specific apps you guys use that or recommend for counting calories and all that stuff?
We use MyFitnessPal. We've used it for years. We do pay for a premium version. I think it's like $20 a month, or you can pay like $90 for a whole year or something. So that we use that, and we're just used to it by now. There's tons of them out there, though.
Yeah, there's tons of apps that you can use.
Okay. Well, when I started my journey, I used the Lose It app. And
the dog's over here snoring.
Oh, I got one over here that just doesn't stop scratching. I have to give her a Benadryl. Going to take her into the vet to get an allergy shot here in the next couple days.
I think she actually has the same issue.
Same word.
But she's snoring right now. But
she ain't got no worries.
My parents have a couple Cane Corsos, huge dogs. And the bigger one of the two that they have, she'll just lay down and start snoring, and like the force starts vibrating. You can just feel it.
Wow.
That's funny.
But that dog's had more surgeries in her 3 years of life.
Oh,
She's had 2 ACL, or had her knees repaired twice. Her left knee repaired twice. Her right one done once. Had to have the stuff inserted, removed. She's just hard on herself.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine being a 160-pound dog that likes to jump over fences.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's great.
Yeah. So I didn't ask you, what is it you do for work now in between everything else, James?
I'm working at I do other stuff on the side, but then I also am at I just like to say oil and fill company. So it's mostly dealing with oil and chemical stuff.
Okay. Is it kind of like refining the oils and chemicals, or
I kind of like. It's hard to really explain, because now with my position, I don't really do too much of the field work anymore. It's like I'll be in there for maybe an hour or two, and then I'm usually just watching stuff cook and stuff like that. So it's not like I'll have my hard days and I'll have my very easy days to where I'm hardly out there and, outside most of the time. But sometimes there are days where I'm out there all day. But it come and goes on what I'm actually making.
Every time he explains it, it reminds me of Breaking Bad, but so it makes me laugh every time he explains it.
Yeah. So I mean, like where I'm
nothing
at,
like that though.
When I'm like what I'm actually doing is more so less field work than being.
You're like making chemicals by scratch, pretty much.
Yeah,
right?
basically by scratch. It's like you have a product, and then it's like basically how you would formulate a supplement. It's like, but except like when the supplement's finally made, that I'm basically the one that made it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I can explain. Like all the ingredients, all the intangibles.
So you're the chemist. You're the chemist.
Yeah. Basically, I'm the chemist. Yeah.
That sounds like actually a really fun job.
It ain't all fun, It's fun when I have my easy days. Yeah, but it can be very dangerous because we deal with stuff that has like high potent acid. There's ammonia stuff that I don't know if you know what ammonia is, but basically.
Oh, I know what ammonia is.
Yeah. So we have
hydrogen cyanide turns into it.
Yeah, we have an ammonia tank out there. We have oxide tanks. So we have very dangerous stuff out there. So.
Oh yeah. That's very similar to the mining industry. Well, oil and that is basically mining.
Yeah.
But it's a different different product.
Yeah.
Here in Nevada, we have gold mining, and they use hydrogen cyanide for the recovery of the gold. It's not like what you see on Gold Rush, where the guys are out there just panning gold. They do have the placer gold in this area, but it's not profitable to mine. Yeah. So they use hydrogen cyanide, and you have to be around it all the time. People say cyanide smells like almonds. It doesn't smell like almonds to me. It actually smells like ammonia.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah. So how old's your little girl now? Right, little girl.
She is 3.5. She'll be 4 in November.
You enjoying the terrible 3s?
No.
Her 2s were worse.
No. 2s were good.
Yeah, the 2s were actually sorry. Yeah, the 2s were actually perfect.
But the 3s, they're a little tough.
That's when they start talking back.
Well, it kind of goes back and forth. I definitely don't really enjoy this age, but it's also a really comical age too. Like there's stuff she says and does that just blows my mind sometimes.
She's definitely a character.
Well, but it's hard. She probably takes after both her parents then, for sure.
Oh, sure. She's definitely a mix of us.
Yeah. There's good moments and bad moments, but it's funny moments all around.
She's hilarious.
When she gets in trouble, who's the one that has to be the bad guy in discipline?
It just kind of depends.
Yeah, it depends.
It depends on what happens, I guess.
I'll give you a scenario. Like she loves to jump on the couch and stuff like that. And usually probably 8 out of 10 times she would probably end up getting hurt. And I'll just look at her. And then when she got hurt today, I told her, I was like, I don't know what you want me to do. I don't have any sympathy for you because I told you 20 minutes time.
It depends. We go back and forth sometimes, so. It's hard right now because we're both low calorie, exhausted. Our patience is getting thinner, but we try so hard not to be snappy at her. But it's hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's very hard.
Well, she'll definitely join in the fitness industry when she gets old enough.
She's already been flexing. She poses next to me and everything.
Oh, she's got her mom's poses down.
She's got his too.
Yeah, she does it.
Yeah. She doesn't both.
Does she give you pointers already on how to make them better?
No, she just kind of follows and watches. But I'm sure it's coming. So
yeah,
she's gonna be a hybrid between us.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, "Hey, you turned the wrong way."
Well, she could be the next Miss Olympia too.
Maybe. She could.
Yeah. She's definitely an actress. So she don't have to diet long.
Oh no! I wish I had that energy.
It doesn't seem to go away. Both my kids are teenagers.
We just look at her and we're just like, how is this possible? Yeah. You're still moving.
Well, they don't want to miss nothing. Right,
I know. She doesn't.
Yeah, definitely.
She won't take a nap, nothing. She don't miss nothing at all.
Yeah, I miss those stages with my kids. I miss it. But
I always say I'm not going to miss it, but I know I will.
about the only stage I know for sure I don't miss is when they're still in diapers and they need you for everything, but they can't. They're fun at that stage, but I don't do diapers. I did not.
We had
that
a
was
rough
always a
newborn stage. We did not like the newborn stage at all.
At all.
Yeah, but
it was rough.
About 3 to 5, that's the best ages because, as you said, they start saying stuff. They start developing their personalities.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And it's when you make the most memories, I think, with the kids that'll last.
Yeah, she's starting to she's very aware of things. Like I could change something and not say anything and she'll notice it. Or like my dad, he changed the front tag to his car and she noticed that, and it's like crazy things she notices, and she's smart. I'll say that.
Smart. It's like sometimes even when if I take her to bed and putting her to night time, I'll have my sandals still on, and not realize it. She's like, "Daddy, you take your shoes off first?"
Well, that's good. That's really good. Yeah. So, you guys got any questions for me or anything?
So okay, I mean, let me think. So about this what made you decide that you actually wanted to do this like bodybuilding thing?
So actually, my girlfriend and Sarah, you met her at the Limitless Arena. We were driving to Battle Mountain to pick up my kids, and she mentioned that we were listening to this book on tape. And I can't remember what it's called, but it just got me going, thinking about goals and things that you get out of your comfort zone type thing. I was like, well, I need to start, and it just really got me thinking. And I looked at Sarah and said, I want to do this bodybuilding competition. So I reached out to you guys like almost instantly after that. She was all for it. She's completely supportive of all that.
I love that.
I wish she was here right now on the podcast, but she's in Vegas for work.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah. So.
And you said it was 10 weeks away or something? I looked it up.
September 22nd.
Okay. I'll have to look
at that. So I think that's roughly 10 weeks.
Okay. That might be good. So we'll have to figure out like what division. I'm assuming it'd probably be men's physique, but it kind of depends on what you want.
That's the one with the shorts and whatnot, right?
Yeah. Board shorts,
Yeah. So. Yeah, that'll probably be the one that I start with and just see how it goes.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do, isn't it, James? Is men's physique?
Yes.
Have you considered doing any of the other ones?
I mean, I consider it, but then it's like with my body, I just need to stretch more because, overall, I need to stretch more. But I've considered it.
He thought about doing classic, but he wasn't sure if he can get down and do those.
What if my legs need to be hurting?
I think he could do it though. I think he could.
Well, when I finish this men's physique, the next one we'll do the classic together. How's
that? All right. That'll work.
So,
that's exciting. Have you looked into like the cost and everything to compete?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you might not want to.
Is it expensive?
It is
very expensive.
Oh.
Also think about that too.
So you have to have a membership card for whatever I think it's NPC, and then you'll have to pay for the show itself. Each class you want to get in, you'll have to pay for a tan. You can get board shorts relatively cheap. What else do men? That's pretty much it for the men, right?
Hotel as well.
The hotel and stuff like that.
Yeah, hotel is pretty easy. I've got that one there. I'm not too worried about that.
So you would have the membership. You would have the show itself. You would have to get your stage shorts. Obviously, you have to tan. Obviously, you got to account for the food.
Well, I'm using 1% Fit for that. So
so you got to account for the budget for food.
Did you guys happen to take a look at that 1% Fit and everything?
So we were going to order yesterday, but there was something wrong with the website, and we couldn't get our custom meals, but we reached out and they said they were fixing it.
Yeah.
And I think James said they fixed it today, so we're probably going to order right after we get done.
After this, actually.
Cool.
Yeah, so that, what else is there really?
So a membership fee, I think, for NPC is about $125. I could be wrong. I can't remember. It's been a while since we did NPC.
Okay.
It's good for a year.
And then your show is going to cost about $100 something per class. So you could do like novice, true novice. Those are like beginners, like never competed before, and then open.
Well, that would be me then.
Yeah. So if it was me, I would do at least novice and open. So that would be 2 classes, and I think it could be $100 a piece. It might not be. I don't remember.
I don't remember it being $100 a piece.
I don't know. It might not be. Yeah. It's been a while since we did
But definitely do novice and open.
Okay.
And then the tan's going to be about $100, depending on if you do it yourself or not. Which since you're doing it by you're probably don't have a partner competing with you, I would probably recommend you just use their host tanning company.
Yeah. Okay.
We do our own tan because we do it together, so we just tan each other.
But plus the benefit where you're at too, if you get the tanning package, is say for instance you get tan the first coat. They usually have you get your first coat first the day before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That way you have that done, let it simmer on your body, and then the next day you'll get your actual I think tan itself, or vice versa, whatever,
like
or a top coat or whatever, and then
they'll fix it if something happens.
So all that when you buy the actual package, they'll fix it anytime you need it to. Say you have a spec and you want to get it fixed, you'll go to them, they'll spray it for you for free. You don't have to pay anything.
I think the overall thing costs about 100, 110 or so. But those bigger shows, it might be more. I'm not
Yeah,
really sure.
I don't know on the bigger.
I'll have to look into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they don't on the website. They don't really give all the information on costs and like that.
Yeah, they usually on the websites, all they usually do is show you the membership and then the actual show cost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think you'll get your membership through the state. I think, is that right? No. You pay.
No, you pay on
just
NBC News Online. I think
NBC.
It should be NBC News Online.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
or you can actually go to the actual host's website, and then they should have a link to it.
Yeah, I should have all the info.
Okay.
We'll try to find it and see if we can look through it and stuff. So.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited and nervous because it's hard for me to get up in front of people like that.
Well, it's definitely one of those things that gets you out of your comfort zone. And then I will tell you, like, after you get on stage and you do it, it's just the feeling, like, no matter what you placed, it's like, wow, I did that. I can do anything. Like, it's really crazy what it feels like when you're done with that. So.
Well, it's definitely a overcoming of something, especially for somebody like me who's never ever really been on camera until these past few months.
Mm-hmm.
Just now starting to do podcasts and just really getting out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, you will be.
Yeah, it definitely be.
So that's a big leap from what I'm doing now to what then. Yeah.
But if it sparks your interest, I say you should at least try it one time, see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, I would decide if like maybe it's something you want to keep going with and how far you want to take it, because you can go pretty far with it. Or
even at my
some
age,
people just do it to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even
we
at my
age. Watching
to
one today where it's like 60 and over.
Yeah, we were watching nationals.
Yeah. So it goes very high. I was even telling my dad, I was messing with him, telling him that, hey, you should go compete. Because he's in his 70s, so.
Yeah, they do it.
They do it.
Is it harder on people when they get up there closer to the 60s and 70s, or?
So I'm sure it is harder, but they do it by age. So they'll have like a master's. Anything over 35 is master's. So you could compete in masters 35 plus, and
it's like 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. So it goes like.
And then it kind of depends, I think. So open is probably the most competitive.
Okay.
But there's definitely some competitive people in 35 plus, I think, too.
Shoot, even some was in 50 plus.
Yeah.
They look really nice.
All right. Well, definitely we'll have to think about the classes for sure.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys learn what all the poses are?
There's posing seminars. I'm sure even probably more so around where you're at now.
Probably.
Than us. But there's posing seminars that they host. There's posing coaches.
I learned a lot just by watching YouTube videos.
Watching YouTube videos.
There's tons of information on YouTube about it. But I mean, he could always, like, if you do men's physique, he could obviously, like, you have to FaceTime and do a posing session thing. So
Definitely.
There's so many things you could do.
Well, definitely keep that FaceTime call for posing sessions.
You don't want to record it on the podcast?
No, I don't, not yet. but when we do the podcast again in the future, I'll come out to you guys and we'll do a podcast there, and we can just do an entire one about posing.
Yeah, that'll work.
Oh, we should. We could maybe we could take it in Cushing. You can use that gym. They got a little posing room in there, and the lighting is nice.
That was the one where you guys posted the video on YouTube.
Yeah.
That was a nice gym.
It is a nice gym, yeah.
So the owner of that gym actually competed at the Nationals today. That's why we were watching the show, and he got second, and he almost had his pro card. Yeah. So he should have won it.
He should have won.
Not even being biased, he should have won that.
I need to get cable TV so I can start watching this stuff.
Yeah, it was streamed.
It was streamed from Wi-Fi.
So we just have internet too, so we don't really have cable.
Well, I'll have to get all that information from you guys later on.
Yeah,
because it's a good way to learn how to
watch it.
I never really paid much attention. Well, it's with any sport really. I've never really watched much of it. I never found a lot of it super entertaining. So,
I think it's entertaining because, like she said earlier, when you talk about doing the actual show itself and actually go through the process of prep. And then, like when you watch a show, you in your brain is like, I understand what they had to go through. So it's kind of like until you actually do it, like you said, until you go through that prep and the hard stages, like we said earlier, like having been maybe lack of sleep, but still having to hit cardio sessions, still having to hit eat the food, still having to do all this extra stuff, like personal life stuff, along with the prep. It's like it's very, very tough. So it's like it takes a different individual to actually really do it.
Yeah. Do you guys ever go on autopilot at some point? Just like you're so exhausted, you just hit autopilot and it's just going through the motion.
I think.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're at. This is like lowest my calories should be getting. Well, kind of. So this is the lowest I should be going, except next week I think I'm gonna do like a completion, like a depletion, where it's gonna be pretty much no carbs, and that's just to tighten up as far as I can because I'm a little bit not as lean as I would like to be, so I'm just trying to make that extra push. So yeah, it's pretty much autopilot at this point.
You mentioned depletion. What exactly is that?
So I'm basically going to deplete all the glycogen, all the carbs out and stuff. So my body, it's going to be kind of like going into ketosis, like with the keto diet kind of. But it's just going to get that last bit off. So,
keeping the calories down on top of
and usually you do that on last week too. Like for instance, like if you're on a peak up, if you're doing peak week, you're basically canceling out all your carbs anyways. Not all of them, but it's like you're taking very minimal carbs depending on the person. That way you can actually, when it comes to filling up, you've already depleted everything, so your body's more sensitive to it. And so that way when you fill up, your body, your muscles start to press against the skin. That gives you that full look.
So you get that nice full look. Yeah. You've got the veins popping, you've got the striations and all the muscles.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Is there any special things you have to do after you do the depletion so that you can recover healthily or safely?
Well, I mean,
like after the depletion or after the show?
Both.
So it's probably different from men's physique, but what I did is I depleted the weekend before, like barely any carbs for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I did a linear load. So I started lower carbs on Monday, and then every day they got higher and higher and higher. And then Friday was my high day, and then the next day was the show. So, and then I was full. I actually probably could have had more carbs though. I was still very lean. I think my body was just absorbing them like crazy.
Okay.
So, and then after show, what you could do, it depends on your goal, really. Like my last competition, I was so ready to gain some weight back because I was really small. I didn't have enough muscle at all. I think I lost it all when I got pregnant and stuff. So I didn't have hardly any muscle. So I was ready to gain the weight back. So I just said, F it. I'm eating anything in sight, pretty much. Dirty bulk,
Yeah.
But this time I'm not going to try not to do that. I'm going to try to just go straight to maintenance and hold that there for a while, and then like gradually pick the calories.
Yeah.
To go into like a lean bulk.
Oh. That's my son.
Hey.
Yeah, that's Alex. Yeah, you're in the middle of the camera.
All the way back here, though.
Yeah. I still got to blur you out in order to put this on YouTube.
But yeah, it's so she did it that way, and then I would be basically the other way around. For me, would be like deplete, and then Friday, Saturday, not Friday, Saturday, but Thursday, Friday, start adding the big carbs in, and then go from there, and then actually keeping up with my water and stuff like that till the actual show day itself.
Okay.
It's all going to depend on what you look like going into peak week, and peak week is the week of the show, like the week, and then the show's that that Saturday. So that's what we call peak week.
Yeah.
That's where you're building everything back up, so that
pretty much you're refueling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Without going overboard.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
That's the hard part. It's always you got to be very strategic with that, because you can, how they use the term, like spill over a little bit, because you might have too much.
Okay.
Spill over. So then you might have too little and not look full enough. So then it's kind of like, you have to really kind of...
It's crazy how it all works.
So it's like a learning process.
It is.
Yeah, you have to really learn someone's body in order to actually get it correct. Because even we watched, top coaches on YouTube, and sometimes their peaks aren't even right because they still trying to figure out, okay, I think we saw Paul Revilla or someone, I found one of his YouTube video. He said he had this girl go through like 8 shows and still trying to figure out the perfect peak.
Oh, okay.
There's so many different ways. There's not one size fits all approach. It just depends. But one thing I like about coaching myself was I can do those different things, and I'm learning also.
It's fun to learn your body too, because it's like, man, like, okay, my body doesn't like this. Okay, but it likes this.
Okay. So it's definitely several shows to really learn exactly your body. You can't just do... Okay.
I mean, you might nail it on your first one. You never know. Like, it just kind of depends.
Never know, for sure.
You never know.
Sounds like I got other things I got to figure out before I worry about peak week.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's still good to know. Like,
yeah, it's good to have that information to know that it's there. And
yeah, for sure.
We need to start by seeing make sure what division. You said men's physique, so that's a good start. And then I think we just need to look at cost and see maybe if you want to do open. Yeah. Oh, and I know these shows usually have a deadline when you need to enter, so you might need to figure that one out.
Deadlines too.
Which it should be. You should still have a little bit. I think it's usually a week before.
Yeah, it's usually it's like right almost to the date.
Almost. They give plenty of time.
It might, if anything, it might be just another fee added. Like a little small fee. It's like, say for instance, if it's like $80, it might go up to $95.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that isn't too bad.
Yeah.
It should be good though.
Yeah. Well, I will definitely make sure to get signed up for it ASAP, so I don't have to pay any additional fees or anything.
And then that means you have to do it.
That means I'm guaranteed to go. Well, I've already committed. I'm doing this thing, so
yeah.
Because if we didn't register for our show early, I probably would have said forget it by now.
I'd probably be eating pizza right now.
Yeah, me too. But since we registered it, it definitely helps us stay focused and stuff. So.
Well, then I'll definitely get that taken care of ASAP. I'll probably, depending on cost, do just the novice. And if it isn't too expensive, I'll hop in and do the open with that.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend that. It gives you more stage time. Yeah. And more learning too. Like you'll by the time you go to open, you'll be the confidence will probably be there better. Like you won't be as nervous.
Okay.
The jitters should be out, I would think. Anyway.
Yeah, and the reason that too is like it sees where you can stand too. Because like if you're dead last, no worries. I mean, it's your first show, but at the same time, it's kind of like, okay, what if you're not dead last and you're like 6 out of 15 people?
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like, okay, I actually have a shot at this, and then next you even go harder. You want to do some more. So
my very first show I did with NPC, and I did True Novice, and I did Open, and I won True Novice, but I didn't get last in Open, but I got pretty towards the end. But it was still fun, still learning experience, and it motivated me actually.
Okay.
So I was like, man, I want to win, overall or whatever. So it motivated me, and then we ended up going to a different federation that is drug tested, and last competition I got second in Open, so that was a big improvement.
Okay, so what you're doing now, they're testing for what, steroids then?
Yeah, basically steroids and stuff like that.
Okay, so it's not quite pro level yet.
No,
it's not pro level.
So they do have a pro drug tested level, but we are still trying to get the pro card, which that could happen in 2.5 weeks, and it may not. So
what has to happen in order for you to get your pro card?
With most of these, can't talk, but with OCB, most of the shows you just have to win first. And then you usually, but it has to be out of so many people. I think it's like 5 or 6 or something like that. It has to be, you have to win out of those. And then some of them, like the bigger ones, I think could be the overall winner gets it.
You're talking about for NPC?
For OCB.
OCB, yeah, I know there's.
Mostly it's,
I think it's somewhat kind of like the same in NPC, because usually.
But they have classes, so.
But they have classes too.
Oh, and they have to go to national.
Yeah, you have to actually. So NPC is different.
NPC is a little bit more levels to it.
NPC compared to OCB is like, say for instance, this show. If you win this show in OCB, then you basically would be qualified as a pro. In NPC, you have to actually win that show to be qualified to go to nationals. Then you have to do a national show,
and then you have to win
nationals, and then be a pro.
Okay.
So there's just a little less steps.
Okay. Well, we'll see how I do first before we decide if I want to keep going further. But I'm actually excited for it. I know I'm not ready for it, but I'm excited for it.
Watch a bunch of YouTube videos, show day vlogs for Men's Physique, or just show day, or not show day, but like preps, like Men's Physique preps. And then that'll give you kind of an idea. And you might be like, oh, maybe I don't want to do this, or maybe I do,
Well, I'm committed now. I've said it on the podcast. It's going to go live here in the next couple of days. I got to do it now.
It's fine.
Even though I think the YouTube page only has 13 followers, but still, I hope. You never know. This one here is definitely more entertaining than my last one I did, where I had technical difficulties the entire podcast.
Really?
Yeah. No, it was bad. Did you guys probably didn't even watch it? You probably started watching it like, oh, this is horrible. I can't hear anything. Yeah.
That's funny. So this is going on the YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I follow the YouTube? I probably don't.
I don't know. The YouTube follows you guys.
Let's see. I don't even think I do.
I have to look right now.
Let's see.
Why don't you guys give a shout out to your socials really quick so everybody has them?
You go first.
All right, my Instagram is IamJamesHarris3. That is I can't spell.
That's an old one.
Yeah, I am James Harris, HARRIS, in the number 3.
And mine is B Harris Fit. That's my Instagram.
What's your guys' YouTube?
I think it's under Bree and James Harris.
Yes,
Bree and G. Okay, cool.
I'm trying to find it. It's just under One Mission.
Yeah.
I see the old page.
Yeah, I never got access to that when I got.
Let's see. I'll find it. Oh, this might be it right here. You got 14 subscribers.
14? Oh, I got one more.
And now I think this is it. Yeah. Is this right?
Yeah, I'll look it up.
I think this is. subscribe. Okay, now you got 15.
All right.
You have 16 when we're done. I don't know if I am or not.
I don't even know which one I logged into. So
It just says Brittany Harris has subscribed.
okay, that's
That'd be
probably my old channel.
Yeah, that'd be her personal one. So 17, because I'll subscribe to our actual combined channel too. So.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, I look forward to your guys' next YouTube video you guys post out there. I need to get
we
more
need to do that actually.
Yeah. It should be, if we don't get one soon, it'll be our actual show day or peak week to show.
I talked my friend into coming down and recording for us, so we should have a show day video at least.
That's always nice having somebody to do the recording for you.
Yeah. Don't have to think about it. So.
Yeah.
So what have your guys' thoughts been on the One Mission's Instagram stories and stuff like that, the reels that I've been getting out there?
I like it.
Yeah, that's been good. Yeah.
I like
definitely keeping up more than I am.
Got to do something to at least keep it going. You know, they have the analytics and everything on there, so it really helps with that. The TikTok, though, that one's been difficult.
Yeah, I don't really get on TikTok a whole lot. It messes with my head a little bit.
Well, I don't really scroll TikTok. I just get on, post, and then...
I think that's what I'm going to try to start doing is just post and get off because, I don't know what it is, but...
Well, it seems like it goes political really fast, and I don't want the political stuff.
Yeah. I think that's why it messes with me a little bit.
All right. Well, this has been a good show. I got to get going. I'm sure you guys are probably tired.
I got another meal to eat, so that's exciting. But
and definitely, when you guys get your meal order from 1% Fit, give them a shout out.
Oh, we will.
Oh yeah, for sure we will. We definitely will.
I put a review up there of the first one I ate, and that was actually one of the better ones. And then I had the chicken gyro, however you say that. I would definitely pass on that one when it's been frozen because when you reheat it, it's a little soggy.
I can see that. Yeah.
I think we're just gonna keep it like super clean with just.
Definitely the actual custom meals is probably what we'll go with right now.
Yeah, they just released that actually, where you can get a pound of chicken and pound. Yeah, they just released that, so it's probably what I'll do on my next order.
She's out.
All righty, I appreciate you guys' time. Thank you for doing this with me.
Of course.
I'll definitely let you.
What was the name of the show you were going to do?
Oh, I don't remember off the top of my head.
I know you said it was hosted by Center Podium, I think. I don't know if that was
I think that's what it's called, the Center Podium.
Oh, it is called that?
Legion Sports Festival.
Is it Legion?
It's Legion. Yeah.
Okay, then that's
no. It's at Center Podium, but
I think Center Podium is just like the host company or something like that.
The show is actually called Legion.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely have to do some more research, and I'll put what it's called in the description for sure.
Good.
All righty. You guys have an excellent evening, and we'll definitely keep in touch.
Heck yeah.
For sure.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.